of the War of 1812. The one closest to us, and the next one over, the uniforms on the people running the field pieces are Royal Foot Artillery. So although they're wearing a dark royal blue, because they're part of the senior service of the military of the day, they were honored with wearing a royal blue, not the red of the infantry. The next three guns further down the line are representatives of Royal Navy or provincial mariners from the area, and they were also very proficient gunners. So you've got three landed naval crews firing guns on the land. The first gun closest to you is a 6-pounder, which meant it fired a round shot, solid round shot, iron ball that weighed 6 pounds. The remaining 4 are all 3-pounders, so they fired a 3-pound round shot. As you can see, they're going through a loading procedure. These are all muzzle loaders, so whatever goes down in the front comes out the front. They are currently loading up pre-rolled black powder, which is how they did it. You see the man right in front of you here. He's ramming the round down. We want to make sure that the round is seated well into the back of the gun, into the breech, because the person running the piece, the gunner, is going to use a brass pick down the vent hole at the back of the barrel to punch a small hole in the powder charge. They're going to introduce a quill or a fuse, and then the last member of their team is going to come up with a burning slow match. They will touch off the round, and the guns go boom, and then they start the whole process over again.
Firing in succession from the left. Gun number 1, give fire. Turn to fire. 10-second interval.
Look out.
And moves up.
Give fire, gun 1.
Artillery crews were very well trained, and a typical crew, like we're looking at there, could easily load and fire a field piece like this 3 and 4 times a minute. But because we're not actually firing any shot out of these guns today, they stay fairly stationary. And the amount of powder that they are discharging is quite smaller than what typically would be used. The ratio of powder to shot was 3 to 1. A 3-pound solid shot, you would fire with a full 1-pound load of powder. A 6-pounder, you would use a 2-pound load of powder. What you're hearing today is a quarter of that, or less. When you had a piece like these, and you were discharging a round out of it, you get a lot of energy created inside the bore of the gun. The expanding gas from the powder is pushing the ball out the barrel, and that means the force exerted on the back of the gun is pushing back on the barrel, and we don't want the barrel flying up off the carriage, and we also don't want the carriage bouncing up and falling on the people running it. So the action of the gun when being fired, its recoil mechanism is the whole gun. So you'll watch as the crews are working, even though we're not discharging a round, the crews stand where it would be safe. The 6-pounder closest to you has a barrel that weighs well over 500 pounds. The wheels are probably 150 or more each, and then another 150 to 200 pounds for the carriage. You add all that up, that's the last thing you want rolling over your foot. or rolling over you. So no one stands directly behind the gun or in front of it at any time.
Dance around.
So the person is bringing the round up. The round gets inserted into the muzzle. Next man rams it right to the back. Round is picked. Fusing element will go in. And because we're reenactors, we like to be safe. When a gun is loaded, you'll see that the men put the gun implements up on the hub of the wheel to let everyone around us know the gun is ready to fire, and anyone downfield, portraying Americans, for instance, they know not to approach the gun. In addition to solid shot, if the opposing forces are getting in a little too close, they switch from a round solid ball to what the British called case, and in the Navy they called it grape shot. You basically were turning these large guns into really large shotguns. And the idea of that would be that these 5 guns alone, firing 3 to 4 times a minute, firing grape shot would be like having several hundred men here firing muskets. The two-wheeled vehicles that you see behind them, and if you watched, you saw as they came up through the crowd and we placed them on the field, are known as the limber. In the limber, other types of tools, equipment, extra powder, extra shot was carried in that vehicle. Pushing these around the field on just 2 wheels, it's a lot of work. They're very heavy, picking up the trail, so you would go short distances. If we had to move these guns all the way to the other end of the field, they would be limbered up again, and then you could have 4, 6, 8 men pulling it. Or if you were really fortunate and you had a draft animal or a horse, that animal would be harnessed up to the limber, and that's what would take the guns far distances. There weren't many wonderful roads in this part of the world in 1812, so a lot of equipment was moved around Upper Canada on the waterways, and the river systems, and on the lakes. All these guns that you're looking at can be disassembled quite quickly. The barrels can come off, the wheels come off, and the boxes holding the extra rounds and powder can come off. They can all be put into smaller boats and taken out to larger boats and transported many, many, many miles in a fraction of the time that it would take to traverse land on small corduroy roads, especially in times like early spring or in the fall when weather got really inclement.
Here comes the truck.
All military personnel were pretty tough back then. The artillery were a little tough.
Ready. Grab the charge!
The final one, we just ramming home the charge now.
Gun 2 ready. Volley on my command! Bring
Engage, volley, on my command. Advance, Linstocks. Prepare to fire. Advance, Linstocks.
Loading possum lodge.
Prepare to fire.
Prepare to fire.
Give fire.
Okay, we're putting that back on the windows now.
Lead the
We
big.
don't swap it out. There's a big piece that's going.
Safety and prepare to move. Demo's done.
That concludes the demonstration. Thank you.
Good feed.